Here we go. Bread and marmalade and jam. I would say hello last spring. Oh. Now we're going to say it loud. Bread and butter. Marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as well. Hello. And now we'll say it slowly. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as slow as we can. Hello. And now we'll say it fast. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Listen, listen, hi. And now we'll say it nicely. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as nice as we can. So hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. And we have some good stories. When I made up my story time plans, I thought for sure we were going to have some snow, but doesn't look too good out there today, but that's okay. We'll have some, I know. Miss Amy says thumbs down. I know, but maybe, and Misha says thumbs down. Oh, I know, Misha, you went skiing, didn't you? Last time I talked to you. Was it fun? Yeah? Oh, neat. And I was going to ask you, like, well, if you can think about what it's like when it's snowing, because this first story I'm going to share with you is called 10 Ways to Hear the Snow. Do you think about hearing snow when you think about snow? Is snow loud? It's quiet, isn't it? But in this story, this little girl, she finds 10 ways to hear the snow, and she has to be a really good listener to hear the snow. Well, we can see the snow, can't we? What color is snow? Go ahead, Misha.
White.
Yeah, it's white. It's white, isn't it? And can we feel the snow? What does it feel like?
Cold.
It's cold, isn't it? Yeah, sometimes it's wet too, right? You can get really wet in the snow. If it melts down your neck, if you get a snowball down your neck, ooh, that's cold and wet. Yeah. Did you ever taste the snow? Did you ever put your tongue out and taste a snowflake? No?
Yeah.
Yes. Or maybe you scoop it up and lick a little bit of snow. You only should do that when it's freshly fallen, so nobody stepped in it and it didn't get dirty. And let's see, what else? Can you smell the snow? Can you smell it?
No.
Like it has much of a smell, does it? No. So those are our 5 senses. So, but in this story, this little girl.
Crunchy.
What did you say?
Crunchy.
It's crunchy. It's crunchy, yeah. And that's what this little girl, she's going to find 10 ways that she listens and hears. And that's one of the things. She hears the crunch, crunch of the snow when she walks in it. All right, so I hope you like this one. This is a new one for the library, and I wanted to share it with you. It's called 10 Ways to Hear the Snow. And Cathy Camper wrote this story, and Kennard Pack drew the pictures. We've had some other books by Kennard, other illustrations by him. I like his pictures a lot too. So here's our little girl. Her name is Lena, and she's looking out the window because she notices it's all white out there and it snowed. When Lena woke up, everything was quiet. No cars honked, no buses chugged, no garbage trucks gulped trash across the street. Snow! Last night's blizzard was gone leaving the city muffled and white. Everything is white. Sort of. There's other colors too, aren't there? But today was Grape Leaf Day. Move over a little bit. Today was Grape Leaf Day when Lena would help her grandma make Warak Enab. Siti, that was her grandma's name, Siti. Siti was losing her eyesight, and Lena loved to help her cook. I want to tell Siti about the snowstorm and make sure that she's okay. So her grandmother she's getting old and it's getting hard for her to see. So Lena's going to tell her what it looks like. Her mom said, "The snow's so deep." And her dad said, "Well, we could go with you." But Lena wanted to go to Siti's by herself. "Stay warm," her dad told her. So Lena bundled up in her warm clothes with her hat and her scarf and her gloves and her boots and her jacket. She's all ready to head out in the snow. Outside, the sun on the snow was as bright white as a light bulb. Lena squinched her eyes and pulled her scarf over her nose, and she could barely see. She said, "I wonder if this is how Siti feels." The world sounded softer, but the noises she heard were much clearer. So when you can't see, sometimes you hear better. The first sound she heard, scrape, 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 scrape. What was that? Oh, it was Mrs. Watson's shovel digging on the sidewalk. That's one way to hear the snow, Lena thought. She walked down the street and heard another sound. Snap, snap, snap. The noise was low to the ground. What was that? It was the tread of Lena's boots, crunching, crunching snow into the tiny waffles. Well, that's 2 ways to hear the snow. Lena ducked under a pine tree. Ploof! A powdery sound. A blue jay on a branch had knocked down the snow. Now that's 3 ways to hear the snow, Lena counted. And she listened some more. Next she heard swish, 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 swish. What was that soft, whispery sound? Oh, people were sweeping snow off their cars. Their brushes made the 4th way to hear the snow. Next, she heard another sound. Scratch, 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 scratch. Another snow noise. Lena saw long, skinny tracks made by boots. Ahead of her, people were skiing, and their skis made the 5th way to hear the snow. Rashid and Mariam were building a snowman. The sound was pat, pat, pat. What was that? It was the mittens smoothing the snowman's head. The gentle sound made the 6th way to hear the snow. As Lena walked away, her friends whispered and laughed. Thwomp! Oh, you can see what they did. Oh no! She ran away fast from the 7th way to hear the snow. They threw a snowball at her. Thwomp! I bet that felt cold on her neck. Lena reached Siti's building all out of breath. Her boots were covered with white powder. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Lena giggled. She was making the 8th way to hear the snow. When you go in your house and you stomp the snow off your boots before you come in. Oh, hello, Lena, the lady in the lobby said. Go on in. And she pointed her way towards Lena Grandma's room. Lena tapped on the door. Surprise, Sadie, it's me. I came to make grape leaves with you. Lena threw her coat and mittens on the radiator to dry. Oh, wonderful. The lamb and rice are ready, C.T. said. Yalla, I can't wait, Lena shouted. Let's get started. Lena rinsed the grape leaves and placed them on towels. Put some filling in the center and roll them up and put them in the pot, C.D. instructed. They're like little grape leaf cocoons, Lena said, looking at them piled on the plate. Or, C.D. said, lots of little sleeping bags. They look like little sleeping bags or little cocoons. Ha! Mine looks like a mustache, Lena said as she put her grape leaf under her nose. C.D. held hers under her nose too and said, oh, that's good. And she wrinkled her face and said, we look like a couple of real tough guys. Then Lena asked C.D., did you know that we had a blizzard last night? And C.T. said, of course. Lena was surprised. How could her grandma know when she couldn't see very well? And then she heard a noise. There was a drip, drip, drip sound from her mittens as the snow melted. Oh, 9 ways to hear the snow. Suddenly Lena understood how C.T. knew. And she asked, C.T., did you hear the snow? C.D. smiled and she said, yes, each morning I open the window and I listen. Today, everything was hushed and soft. No noise is the sound that means it's snowing. Huh. So when C.T. hears no noise, that's the sound of snow. C.D., I listened too. I heard snow 9 different ways. Shovels were 1, boots were 2, the blue jay was 3. Oh, slow down, Habiti. I want to hear them all, but right now, shh. C.D. went to the window and opened it again. Listen, she said. Outside, the late blue afternoon was completely still. And Lena said, quiet. Quiet is the 10th way to hear the snow. How about that? The next time it snows, guys, I hope you go outside and listen. And maybe you can count 10 different ways to hear the snow. So I have a little song about our senses. We have our eyes to see, we have our ears to listen, we have our nose to smell, we have our mouth to taste, and we have our hands to feel. So this is our little song, and it goes like this. Oh, we use our tongues to taste. We use our tongues to taste. We taste the flavors of our food. We use our tongues to taste. And then we use our ears to hear. We use our ears to hear. We hear the noises soft and loud. We use our ears to hear. And we use our eyes to see. We use our eyes to see. We see the colors all around. We use our eyes to see. And we use our noses to smell. We use our noses to smell. We smell the flowers and perfume. We use our noses to smell. And we use our hands to touch. We use our hands to touch. We touch the things both smooth and rough. We use our hands to touch. So I hope you guys can remember that one. I might put that little song, have that posted on our website, and if you want to maybe download that one and print it out at home, you can sing that song and you can think about all your senses. All right, so now I have another book. I'm not going to read this whole book, but this is a book called Poetry, and it's called Winter Eyes, and it's written by Douglas Florian. So he wrote these special little poems, which sometimes they rhyme and sometimes they don't, but they're just nice little ways to think about things. And I only have maybe one or two that I want to share with you, but they have to do with winter and the way we use our senses to understand the winter. So this is the first poem I'm going to share with you. This is the picture that you can look at while I read it to you. This is very short, and it's called Winter Eyes. And this is all about the way we sense the winter. Winter eyes. Look at winter with winter eyes as smoke curls from rooftops. You can see the smoke coming from the chimney, to clear cobalt skies. Cobalt is a pretty word for blue. And sometimes on a winter day, doesn't the sky look so blue? Breathe in winter. Take a deep breath. Past winter nose, the sweet scent of black birch where velvet moss grows. Maybe sometimes when you're out in the forest, you can smell the leaves in the wintertime. Walk through winter with winter feet on crackling ice or sloshy, wet sleet. And finally, listen. Listen to winter with winter ears, the rustling of oak leaves as spring slowly nears. And maybe listen to the quiet of winter. All right, I like that one. I hope you like that one. I have one more little poem to share with you about winter and the music of winter. And here's a nice little picture that goes with the poem. It's called Winter Songs. The winter sings a windy song that hustles rusty leaves along. The winter sings a song of hail that pings and pangs like falling nails. Think about the sound when the sharp sleet or hail hits your windows. The winter sings a song of sleet as sloshing cars slip down the street. That wet sound of the car tires through the slush. The winter sings a song of snow, a whispering as the whiteness grows. So I like that one. I hope you like that one too. And sometimes that's just a nice, pretty way to think about the sound of winter. So I think it's time for us to do a little rhyme and a little stand-up rhyme. You guys have been good listeners to those poems, and that first one was kind of a long story, so we're going to be snowflakes, okay? So if you want to stand up with me, snowflakes, snowflakes, twirl around. Woo! Snowflakes, snowflakes, touch the ground. Down you go. Snowflake, snowflake, land on my nose. Snowflake, snowflake, freeze my toes. Brr. Snowflake, snowflake, in the air. Snowflakes, snowflakes, everywhere. Yay. All right, let's see. Here's another one we can do together. This is a fun one too. This one is about snowflakes. You can either stand up or sit down. I'm going to sit for this one, but you can stay standing. So we'll do this one a couple times. So this is a little song, and it goes to the tune of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. But this is snowflake, snowflake in the sky. How I love to watch you floating by. Down you fall without a sound. Down you fall upon the ground. Snowflake, snowflake in the sky. I love to watch you floating by. We should try that one again. I kind of messed that one up. So good, you guys are standing, so that's good. So I'll stand with you. Snowflake, snowflake in the sky. I love to watch you floating by. We go all the way down. Down you fall without a sound. Down you fall right to the ground. Snowflake, snowflake in the sky. I love to watch you floating by. Yay! You are good little snowflakes. Now, one more story. Now, this one isn't about snow, but it's another new one for the library, and it's called Hurry Up. So I think sometimes we just do everything so fast that we just never stop to look or listen or smell or taste or feel and just enjoy what's around us. So that's why I thought this would be a good one to read with our other stories about hearing the snow. And so this is Hurry Up. It's written by Kate Dopirak, and Christopher Silas Neal drew the pictures. So it says, hurry up. And it's a book about slowing down. So I hope you like this one. And I like how it starts out with the dog just running, running, running. Hurry up. Here we go. Hurry up. Uh-oh, her alarm clock's ringing. It's time to get up and get out of bed. Hurry down. She's running down the stairs. Looks like she's late. Oh, hurry round and round. She's running to catch the school bus. And the dog's just watching. Hurry. Hurry here and hurry there. Hurry, scurry everywhere. Hurry out and hurry in. Hurry if you want to win. Does it always feel like a race? Hurry so you'll reach the top. Hurry! Hurry! Hurry and stop! Can you yell, stop? That's a big word, isn't it? Stop. Slow things down. Oh, just take some time to look at a little snail. Take a break. Just throw some sticks up in the air. Play a game with your dog. Look around, for goodness sake. Take time to notice all the beautiful things around you. Breathe it in. Smell those flowers and blow it out. Oh, a bubble blowing day. This is what it's all about. Make a wish. Take a walk. Listen to the forest talk. Did you ever think of the talking of the forest? All the birds and the chirping sounds and the wind and the leaves rustling. Go explore and make new friends. Make friends with a little squirrel. Find out where the rainbow ends. That could take a while. Count the stars. Ooh, the night sky in winter, so pretty and crisp, and you can see lots of stars. Count the stars, easy does, and marvel at the nighttime buzz. Well, in the summertime, you catch lightning bugs. Mosey home, stretch and yawn, race is off, and rest is on. No more fast, slow instead. Dreams and lazy days ahead. Well, so even though it's not snowing outside, you can still go out and slow way down and take a look around. So we're going to make a little winter scene, and this is kind of like a snow globe. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those little, I don't have one. I was going to find mine at home and I couldn't find it, but one of those things where you shake it up and the snow falls and it's fun to watch the snow. So we're going to make our own little snow globes today. So you need your background color. You could use, I used a dark blue background for this one. And I used a light blue for this one. I'm going to do light blue right now, but whatever you think looks nicest. What do you prefer? So I like, this kind of reminds me of that cobalt blue sky that was in that one Douglas Florian poem we listened to. So the first thing I'm going to do is to make my snowy background. This is kind of the fun part. You're going to take your white paper, and hopefully you can see this. Let's see. Maybe I have to go over here. Oh yeah, go over here and you can see it better. Okay. I move my Santa Claus foot out of the way. Okay. So you're going to take your paper and put that on the background. You see better. I'm going to fold it up about an inch. Okay. And then I'm going to flip the paper over again, and I'm going to fold it the same way, but on the flip side. And then I'm going to turn it over and fold it again. So we're kind of making a little fan shape. And then I'm going to fold it again. And just keep going that way. Fold and fold and fold. And that's probably enough, because that's going to leave me enough for my background, for my snowy background. Okay. So after I do that, now I'm going to glue it to my blue paper. Okay, so I'll take my glue. And I'm going to spread the glue. And then I'm going to put the paper on there. Line it up at the bottom as best I can. And maybe so a little more glue there. Don't need a lot though. Okay, so now we have our snowy background. Whoops, you know what I forgot to tell you to do first? I forgot, well, you can fold your other paper in half like this. And fold that, and then you're going to rub some glue on this edge and this edge, and you're going to glue that together. Pinch that up. Sorry, I should have told you to do that first, guys. But now your paper should stand up. Okay. I'm going to stand up and pinch that a little more. Okay, and now I can lay my paper back down again. And now I'm going to make my little houses. So you can use any color you want. I decided this time I'm going to use purple. So my houses can't be too big. This is just a half a sheet of paper. And I'm going to fold it in half. And maybe I'll just cut that in half. It's pretty big. Those would be really big houses. I think our houses need to be, you can make one house if you want to, but I think it's cute to make two. So I'm going to cut that in half. Now you can make a tall house. You can make one really tall house if you want. And I'm going to cut this one in half and make it a little shorter. So now I have two size houses. That's different. So I'm going to put my houses on there. Figure out where I want them to go. Oh, my glue stick's getting dry. I need another one here. Oh, okay. We have glue stick issues. There's another one. All right. Okay, so I'm going to put one there, one there. Okay. And then I'm going to make some little windows for my houses. So for that, I just use some yellow. You could use white if you don't have any yellow. You could even use a little yellow sticky note. But I'm going to take some yellow paper that I had and just cut out some little square windows so they fit nicely on my house. Maybe I'll give this taller house 2 windows because that's a bigger house. Just make it a little more interesting, right? So I'm going to glue that on. And then I'm going to make something that looks like a window with my crayons. So I'm just going to make a crisscross, a little crisscross in the middle of my windows. So I'll just take a dark color. See how I made a little crisscross? And maybe this one will have, I'll just give this one a little extra. A bigger window. Okay, so there's my little windows. And now I need to make a snowy rooftop and maybe a chimney. Maybe there's a little fire burning in these houses to keep them cozy and warm. So I don't want them to be too big. So I can kind of estimate how big I want it to be. Maybe about that big. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of make a little rounded shape there. So the roof, the snow really piled up high on this one. Snow there. Snowy roof there. And then my other rooftop. There. what I have so far. And then I'm going to give a little, with my scrap paper, I'll give them each a little chimney, a little white chimney. Okay. And now I'm going to add some little trees to give this a nice three-dimensional look. Actually, yeah, you could do that first. So I'm going to take some green paper, and my trees are shaped like triangles. Now, if you fold your paper in half, you can cut 2 trees at a time. So I just cut out some little triangle shapes. And then now look at that. Now I have one triangle shape I can cut out and make some more trees. And then before I put my trees on my paper, I'm going to make some lines, some dark lines to make them look like they have branches inside. So I don't know if you can see what I did there. Let's see, I'll put that here. So I kind of just made some little lines for my trees. So I'll do a few of those. You could do those in brown or any color that you like. I always stick with, you know, predictable colors, but you guys can do whatever you like. Maybe you have some blue trees that you'd like to add too. That would be pretty, like a blue spruce. I didn't think of that. All right, so now I have all my trees ready. And I think I'm going to put one tree right here between my houses. That's an easy one to glue on. And I'll put another one in front of my houses too. Okay, and now I'm going to add some trees along my folds in my snow scene in front. So you only have to put the glue on the bottom edge of your tree. You don't have to cover the whole thing because that's not going to touch. That's not going to touch anything except the air. So I don't know if you can see how I did that. So, and you could even put those tree marks on either side of your tree because actually you see the trees from both sides, don't you? I'm going to do that too. I'm going to add there. Now, if you look from either side, it's better that way. Okay, and then you can just add as many trees as you like to make your winter scene. I'll put one back there. I'll put another one. You can add lots and lots of trees if you want, if you really get excited about doing this. All right, so now I have my trees here. And I need one more thing to show that it's a snowy day, a quiet, snowy day. So there's my little scene. I'm going to add some snow to my sky. And so for that, I'm going to use some white crayons, and I'm just going to, whoops, my white crayon isn't, it just broke, whoops. That's okay, I'll just peel the paper off. And I'll make some little, so you guys can see what I'm doing, I'll just make some little crisscrosses. Little crisscrosses. And you can put those all over your picture. Snow is everywhere. You can even put it in front of your houses if you want, because the snow falls in front of the houses, doesn't it? Yeah, you can have snow everywhere. And then maybe if you want to add some nice smoke coming out of your chimney, you could do that too. So I took a little gray coming out of my chimney, and then I'm going to go over it with some white. Doesn't that look like a cozy place to be? So guys, I guess that's about all we have for today.
Hey.
All right, so I'll
Bye.
so glad you joined me. It was so nice to see you. All right, have fun, and let's keep our fingers crossed for
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.